Should you buy a bike with your head or with your heart? Hi, I'm Spell and welcome to the channel. So, how are you all doing? Doing good? Yeah, so today we are here enjoying some countryside roads, very close to any, but I was just doing small loops here whilst I'm talking to you. And today the subject is should you buy a bike with your head or with your heart? Well, I can say right from the start that the ideal situation would be buy two bikes. Buy the one your head tells you to buy and buy the one that your heart tells you to buy. That will be the best option of them all. But the common person like me and you, no, we can't really buy two bikes at once. Buying two at the same time, that's not for everyone. I'll tell you my one thing that happened with me. That was just before I bought Lilith. I started to think like, okay, so what will be the ideal bike for me? On paper, that's the thing, on paper, thinking with my head, I came to the conclusion that based on everything, based on the type of rides that I do, or kind of the type of roads that I ride on, the Kawasaki Vulcan 650 would be the ideal bike for me. It ticked pretty much all the boxes that my head was taking off. So I was like, well, that's, I don't know, if my head is telling me this, if I'm putting black on white and it tells me that the ideal bike for me is the Vulcan 650, so let's go and get it. But no, I did a test ride, liked it. Yeah, it did offer me everything I wanted. But you know, a couple of days later, and you start to realize it is not really, your heart is not crying for it. You know, I would park the bike somewhere, walk away from it, and I would not have that need to look back, to appreciate the bike, to take a picture. I'm sure someone there will know that feeling. I know it offered me everything. I mean, the comfort was unreal. That was very, very comfortable. That was amazing. But then, you know, I look back like meh. So it didn't call me to go and ride. So it was removing some of my pleasure, some of my passion for motorbikes. And I do like all motorbikes, of course, some more than others. That's normal, but I do like them all. But to say that I don't love them all, my heart doesn't scream for every single bike. And for me, my heart, or for my heart, it really screams is for cruiser type of bikes. I end up going back, selling the Vulcan 650 and getting this one instead. I did lose money, yes I did. Well, what would you expect? You know, you buy a bike and sell it shortly after. Of course, you're gonna lose money. That is what it is. Now I can say that, no, I have that passion. I want to go ride. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. No, I'm joking. That was cool. No, but it doesn't even matter how the weather is. So of course I would much rather ride when the weather is actually like today. It's quite nice. It's sunny, it's not too cold, it's not too windy, it's just perfect. This is a bike that makes me want to come and ride. And I know it's not even the bike I wanted to have. I mean, if I could choose, if money was no objection, if insurance at the time was not an issue, I would probably go and buy a proper V-twin cruiser, a more traditional type of cruiser. But anyway, this one still puts a smile on my face. It is still a bike that I want to ride, that I park it somewhere, and no, I have to look back. I have to stay there drooling over it, to you know, take a picture at every single opportunity that I have. This is a bike that makes me feel like that. So yeah, I don't think leasing only to your head is the best thing you can do. And from now on, you know, when I buy another bike, I will absolutely follow what my heart is saying. And if, you know, my head is saying something and my heart is saying another, I'll go by what my heart is saying, because I know that even if the bike I'm buying would not suit my needs in terms, you know, either comfort or luggage or whatever, I'll still have pleasure when I ride it. I'll still have the urge to go and ride the bike, whatever type of weather we have, you know. I know that will be a bike that will fuel my passion for motorcycles, for cruiser motorcycles especially. That's what you know, I'm thinking. That's what going forward I'll be doing, is listening to my heart, and that's it. I mean, there will be a time when I'll upgrade from Lilith, and as I said on other videos, I love this bike. You know, I'm having good fun with it, but I know it has some limitations, and it has things that doesn't really entice me that much. Things I don't really like that much, let's be honest. But anyway, yeah, one day I will upgrade, and it will be for a big V-twin. I don't know if it will be a Harley, it will be an Indian, or whatever, but it will be a big V-twin cruiser. But you know, my heart screams for a more traditional type of cruiser. So whenever I walk into a Harley Davidson dealer, of course I will have my heart pumping like a madman. Everywhere I look on that dealer, I'm drooling away. I really am. But when that time comes, because it's such a specific situation, I can actually start using my mind to decide what bike to have. Let me give you an example of 3 bikes that I do like from Harley, which will be the Sport Glide, the Lowrider S, and the Fat Boy. My heart screams for all of them pretty much equally. I can indeed start listening to my head, and I will not regret it, absolutely, because all of them will offer me pretty much all I want. Let's do a small exercise here, looking at all of them. Well, Lowrider S comes with a 114 engine, so that's good. It has mid positions. The peg are like slightly back, well, not slightly back, but it's like right underneath you. To be fair, I don't like that. I know I can change it, but let's not go over there, because then you are going down a rabbit hole, you know. So let's just talk about stock bikes, and then I'll compare it to the Sport Glide. And oh, okay, so Sport Glide has a more feet forward position. Yeah, I like that. And come with some luggage as well, which, well, it's actually quite handy for me to have some luggage on the bike. And although the Sport Glide has a 107 engine versus the 114 engine on the Lowrider S, I still think, yeah, maybe the Sport Glide is the better option for me. if you look at everything. It even comes with cruise control, thing that that the low rider S doesn't. So that will be quite nice for longer journeys. So yeah, so that's a low rider gun. We keep the Sports Glide, and then you have the Fat Boy. Wow, the Fat Boy is awesome looking bike. Love that bike. And in essence, it ended up being very similar to the Sports Glide, because you know they are on the same Softail family. And you know, between the Sports Glide and the Fat Boy, I mean, they will be offering me pretty much the same kind of ride, the same feeling, the same pleasure, the same big smile, the same passion. Both of them will be offering me that anyway. The Sports Glide costs about 15k, and the Fat Boy, I think it's 17 or very close to 18. That's a 2 to 3k difference there. Am I really getting that much more for my money? I don't really know. I mean, perhaps I'll have to test ride them back to back and see which one makes me smile the most, and then make my decision with that, and thinking as well of everything that one offers that the other one doesn't, and see if it is worth the difference. But not knowing that, I would say I would probably keep the Sports Glide. Why? Well, because it is pretty much the same ride. Yeah, the Fat Boy has a bigger and wider rear end tire and all that, but in essence will be similar, and it's a cruiser anyway. So I don't know, I probably would save myself 2 or 3k and get the Sports Glide, which is an awesome bike and puts a very, very big smile on my face. But yeah, that will be a situation where you can combine what your head says is best for you and what your heart says it loves. That would be, without any doubt, the ideal situation. It will be a win-win, but we know that is not always possible, and if I'm on the same situation again, I will absolutely listen to my heart. Listen to your heart. No. I'm doing it again. Sorry guys. But yeah, that's it. If you can combine both of them, perfect. If you don't, well, for me, if I was to be on the same situation again, I would absolutely go to what my heart is screaming for. Absolutely. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, leave me a comment as well, let me know your thoughts, and well, all I have to do now is thank you for watching, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Adios.